Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Stephanie.
And I'm Ashley.
We're with NextPath Career Partners. We're partnered with Think Big for Kids. So today we're going to go over how to be a good employee and when to ask for a raise.
Well, definitely you have to be a good employee before you ask for a raise.
Very true. So what do you do to be a good employee?
Well, first thing is you want to make sure during the 90-day probationary period, right, those first 90 days, that you're coming in on time, and on time would be 15 minutes early. If you come on time, say your time is 9 o'clock, you're late, right? So I think that's the first thing. Come on time every day. The next thing would be, I personally think, communication with your manager or your boss, right? Any email you get, whether it requires a response or not, I would always respond with, received it, got it, just to let them know you're engaged. I'm happy to be there.
Exactly. No, that's very true. Respond to it. Respond to everything. Be over communicative. Make sure you're following up in a timely manner to emails, calls, any messages that you get. That's a great point. Also, I would say be organized. Have a clean work area. Make sure you're getting along with other people, you're involved. Just be a good overall employee.
Absolutely. I would say, make connections at your workplace too. Not only with your manager, you want to have a good relationship with them, but everyone else, your coworkers, and bring positivity to the workplace too, I think is good.
Bring positivity, absolutely, and volunteer for stuff. If they're asking for someone to step in and maybe do something that they need help with, raise your hand and volunteer. Show that you're a hard worker and that you're willing to do what it takes to get the job done.
Another point was to have your clear intentions set. So what's the job that you're there to do? Know what you need to do to be successful at that job. And then I think go that extra step and write down every maybe week the accomplishments that you've made to get to those tasks and to do those things that you were hired there to do. This way you have like a running list when you're ready to go have that conversation with your boss about a raise.
Good point. Also, from day one, ask your boss a clear, defined list of goals and timelines that you should have, so that way you know what it takes to succeed. You know what you have to do. There's no questions about it. Keep it on your desk in front of you. That way you know exactly what's expected of you.
I like that. Keep it out in the open so that you can constantly refer to it. A lot of the times in corporate settings, you get random emails from different people, and you're like, okay, well, I want to help. How do I help? But then if you have your list out where you know, okay, this is what I need to focus on, you can make sure to cross-reference that, and then if you have a question, ask your boss.
No, great point. So when should you ask for a raise?
That's a tough one. So what I would at least give it a year before you're, have a year in that position, feel like you've mastered it, having all of your important areas that you mastered and goals that you hit written out so you have that. So give it at least a year.
At least a year. And have a good relationship with your boss. Within this year time frame, get to know them, go to coffee, get lunch, really, genuinely get to know them and your employees. That way you have a relationship where then whenever the time comes, you feel comfortable having that conversation.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because oftentimes leaders don't want to have it scheduled and a meeting in a conference room demanding a raise, right? It should be more of a conversation, more like you're confiding in them and asking for their advice.
Right. Also, do your research on the market. You don't want to be asking for a salary that's way out of your range that, other people in your role aren't making. So make sure you do your research, make sure you're being, logical and realistic about the asking the raise part.
Yeah, absolutely. And all those lists that you were writing about on your, hey, I reached this goal, I mastered this, each week, each month, I did X, Y, Z. Bring that with you, or maybe they'll say, hey, let's talk about it further at a later date, get together all your goals. boom, you already have a list, you're already ready for it. Worst case scenario, they're gonna say no, but they're gonna know that you're interested in learning and growing. And if they do say no, you can then ask them, okay, that's fine. You know where I want to be. How do I get there? And ask for their advice that way too.
No, that's great. So we hope you all got some valuable information out of today's workshop. Stay tuned for next week's. And if you have any other questions, you feel free to reach out on nextpathcp.com.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.